I work at a hospital. I've been a nurse there for a few years. In December, I had a conversation with a from radiology. His obituary says he died in August. I know it was December. I know it was him. I know what he said to me. I've been trying to find another explanation ever since. I haven't found one. He worked in radiology. I'd known him for a couple of years, not closely, but enough. When we passed each other in the hallways, we'd stop for a minute. He was easy to talk to. Older guy. Always kind. The kind of person who made a long shift feel slightly more manageable. It's not unusual at a hospital to go weeks without seeing the same face. Schedules are chaotic. Departments don't always overlap. I hadn't seen him in a while before that day. I didn't think anything of it. December. I was busy. More than usual. Some things were happening in my personal life, and I was mentally somewhere else. I was rushing to the medication room. It's right next to where the X-ray equipment is stored. I had things to do. I wasn't planning to stop. Then I saw him. He was at the X-ray machine, fidgeting with it, trying to unlock it or move it. Something wasn't working. I was going to walk past. I was in the middle of a shift. And then something told me to say hi. I don't know why I stopped. I was in the middle of something. I had places to be. But something told me to say hi to him. So I did. I said, "Hi, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while." He looked up. He smiled. He said, "I'm doing so good. How are you?" I told him I was exhausted. I told him I was going on vacation in a few weeks and I was excited. He said that sounded great. We wrapped it up the way you do at work. Nice seeing you. Have a good rest of your shift. I went into the medication room. I was in there for maybe 2 minutes. When I walked out, he wasn't there. The X-ray machine was still in the same spot. Still locked. Still not moved. I didn't think about it then. You don't think about it. Someone stepped away. Someone got called somewhere. That's how hospitals work. I had my own things to get back to, and I did. A few weeks later, I went on vacation. A few weeks after that, I came back. The shift I came back to felt like every other shift. New things to manage. New patients. I hadn't caught up on anything I'd missed. I didn't know I'd missed anything. I thought everything was exactly as I'd left it. About a month after that conversation in December, I was talking to another nurse on my unit. We were talking about a doctor who had passed away recently. It was sad. It had been a hard year for the hospital. And she said, "Yeah, it's been rough. We lost another this year too." I didn't know what she meant. As far as I knew, it was just the doctor. So I asked. She described someone from radiology. Older. A kind face. Someone who had worked there for years. I knew immediately who she was describing. My first thought was that he must have died while I was on vacation. That would explain why I didn't know. I'd been gone for a few weeks. I came back and got pulled straight into work. I hadn't caught up on everything. That had to be it. That was the explanation I was building in my head, right up until she picked up her phone. She pulled up his GoFundMe page. She wanted to show me the way you do when you're trying to make someone understand that this was real, this actually happened. I looked at the page. I saw the date. I didn't say anything for a second. I think I just stared at it. August. He died in August. August. 4 months before our conversation in December. I started going over it immediately. The whole thing. Every piece of it. I couldn't stop. I know it was December. I know it was before my vacation because I told him about it. I told him I was going on vacation soon and I was excited. That was December. That is a fixed point. I know where I was standing. I know what I was doing. I know what I said and I know what he said back. He said he was doing so good. He said that. I've been thinking about that sentence ever since. When I went back over the memory, really went back over it, things started to land differently. I hadn't seen him in a long time before that day. Longer than usual. But I didn't notice that until after. I noticed it standing there trying to figure out how a man who died in August was in a hospital hallway in December telling me he was doing so good. Something told me to stop. I almost walked past. Whatever made me turn and speak to him, I don't have a name for it. I've never been able to explain that part. And then there was the machine. He was trying to unlock it. Fidgeting with it. He couldn't get it to move. When I walked out 2 minutes later, the machine was exactly where it had been. Still locked. He was gone. I have not seen him since. I wrote it all down. 4 observations. The list ends halfway through the last one. I don't know if I stopped writing because I ran out of things to say, or because I realized I already had enough. I don't know what happened to him. The post said it was tragic. Unexpected. That's all it said. I never found out the details. I didn't ask. I'm not sure I wanted to know. What I know is this: I had a conversation with him. I remember it clearly. I remember the way the shift felt that day. I remember what I was carrying. I remember turning and seeing him at that machine and choosing to stop even though I didn't have to. I remember what he said. I'm doing so good. That's not something I would have made up. That's not something I could have borrowed from somewhere else. That's a specific sentence that came out of a specific person's mouth in a specific hallway in December. His obituary says August. I've looked for the gap in this for a long time now. I've tried every version of the explanation. Wrong person. Wrong day. Misremembered details. I've tried all of it. None of it closes the distance between August and December. The last thing I said to him was, "Have a good rest of your shift." He smiled. He said he would.